How is it that my dad, by the time that I've known him, I don't know when he became an alcoholic, but he's been a functioning alcoholic. He went to rehab one time and his parents bailed him out. And how is it that my dad has smoked and drank his whole life, neglected his kids? He's worked. He's a worker. And everyone I talk, he always talks about how much he loves his work. And it still is like, now at this point, it's fucking disturbing to me that my dad will still call me up. He's like that. He's playing the role of the messenger now because I cut my mom off. And I told him, anyway, he doesn't, it's too little too late. But it's like, how is it that his health, and now he's having memory issues, but like, people would just like give him food and like, how it's like that. And the same with my mom. Like, my mom doesn't, like, she does somewhat eat, she will eat healthy sometimes. She likes to indulge too, but she doesn't like work out. She doesn't like take care of herself. And like, I'm like, how is it that, go figure, somebody's doing yard work now. It's probably my neighbor across the way. He's always doing yard work. How is it that their health is held up? And I know I have to be, it's like this, I'm a single mom, like my kid's my responsibility, but it's like the weight of it all, like the emotional and the mental of like being in the level of poverty and like not having anybody helping us. Like, I don't know if I'm having serious health problems. I'm on Medicaid right now, so I don't know where I need to get like blood taken to see if there's something going on with my hormones or something. Like, otherwise I'm fine. We're O blood in my family too. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why, because like it's a strong blood type. But I'm like, that just goes to show you that it's like, and like now when I said my mom like uses that, I saw someone else post that and I was like, no way. Cause it's like, my parents do the same thing. They're like, oh, we're old. Like, we're old now. We can't help you. They're not even that old. They're in their 60s and they got their Medicare. Anyway, they got them benefits. Cause we didn't get disability. Got denied twice so far. Anyway, and my whole family like telling me I need to do that. Like, it's just so disturbing to me because I'm like, you guys see the struggle that I go through, but you can't be more of a support system and have helped me in ways that have whatever. I have to keep opening my perspective, but it's like the lack of freedom that I have is sickening. Anyway, what was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, when I saw my dad, and I'm like, I wasn't in like a bad condition, but it's like when I was meeting up with my dad, like we had been running out of food, and like I was like, yeah, having breakdowns, like panic attacks and stuff. Cause like, I was like, I don't know how to cope with this. And I didn't know where to go and what to do. So it was like, my dad was like a last resort situation. And so he saw me like in those situations, and he saw Teddy like lash out at me when we were one of the times, not, and oh, because he could start when we meet up with him, he would be talking about stories, and he was like saying stuff about how his like, because he's had like a bad hand. He has arthritis in one of his hands, like since again for like a long time, and he's done a lot of labor in his life and stuff. But he was like complaining about that. He made some story about how he like struggled with making his coffee in the morning, and I was just like, I can't believe you guys are just gonna y'all are just gonna milk playing the victim until the end of your time. And I'm like, you still like, it's what, like my dad, I remember like there were just different things, like he'd be like, I couldn't handle the idea of not being able to reach you guys and stuff like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, in what way have you ever been, like, when I was going through, like, crazy stuff with my, like, when I was first, Teddy was first here, and John's family, his whole family, we had a little apartment, his whole family came down there, and they didn't stay overnight, but his parents stayed overnight, and I was like, I can't do this. This is beyond overwhelming me, because Teddy was, like, a week or two old at that point, and I think he was more like 2 weeks. And maybe he might not have been a week old. I'm not sure. And my mom I told his mom that I think I said something about being uncomfortable. I'm not sure. I know I said it to John, and then my mom talked to his mom and like was like, you guys need to go. This isn't okay. And, my dad called me drunk, like, later that day and was like, you ever need me, you let me know, and all this. And I'm like, you're drunk. And you're still such a coward that you couldn't even, like, show up and stand up for me and be there for me when in, like one of the most trying moments. It's like, it'd be better if you just hadn't called me and just left it alone. There was another thing I was going to say. Anyway, having my dad here when he was, like, there were a few times he kept Teddy for me to, like, go for a walk and stuff. That was helpful. But it was like that one time I let him babysit and he was outside smoking and Teddy was running around here. I was like, all right. I mean, I already knew that he wasn't reliable for that, but it was like, that's the stuff that's like, I would never be able to rely on my parents to, like, help me. I don't want to be around them. So obviously I don't want my kid to be around them. I don't want him to, just because we financially can't afford a babysitter. Like, I'll figure it out. But, it's just crazy to me. I'm like, it's crazy that it's like this world was built for devil energy. Like, it's just how it feels to me, because I'm like, how have my parents, like, trashed their bodies their whole life? Like, my dad does drink a lot of water and he does eat healthy, and like I said, my mom does eat somewhat healthy. She loves to cook and she likes to eat. She likes to, like, bake, like, she did a lot of French cooking and stuff. Like, she was a good cook, but she likes, and that was one of the things that she always tries to feed people, and they like to drink. And I don't know if my mom's an alcoholic. I know she likes to drink too. So I'm just like, it blows my mind. I'm like, how is this the way it is? Anyway, grateful for this life, grateful for help. I hope that we get to a place where things are settled down and we have more peace, and I have someone to help me with my kids so that I can have breaks and focus on myself again. And somehow magically figure out our financial situation as well in all of this.